Hi guys, I'm James and today we're going to be looking at my Audi A4 and reasons why I'm getting intermittent sound from the front speakers. Now there are a couple of reasons for this, but one of them, and one of the most popular, is the connection between the car and the door. So we're going to pull those connectors apart, have a look, and I'll show you how to get to them and what we can do about improving the sound going to the front speakers. So in order to do this job, we're going to need some very simple tools. Firstly, we're going to use a trim removal tool like this, and then we're just going to use some gloves just to protect the hands because we're working in a tight space just down by the door. So let's get to it and I'll show you how to get it all apart. So I'm still running the standard head unit on this car, and there are potential sound intermittency issues with that. But what seems to be a very common problem is that the connector in here starts to lose its connection. And in fact, some years back, there was a technical information bulletin or whatever they're called, and not a recall, but when cars were back at dealers, if there was a problem, they kind of packed these with grease to stop the pins corroding. So I'm getting intermittency on the left. I've had a look at that one and I'm still getting intermittency on the right. So I'm going to pull this apart and have a look at those connectors. So what we've got here is a rubber protective boot, and there are behind here are 4 pins that are sort of holding it into the door frame, this bit here. 2 here, sort of top up there, bottom down there, and the similar ones at the back. So if I'm just using this plastic tool, I mean, you could use a screwdriver, but you risk breaking this rubber seal. And if you just, I can just sort of see the blue bit there pop out. Just do that there, and there we go, that's popped out. It's actually not too bad, and you can see the 2 lugs, and then there's 2 equivalent on the other side, which is partly why I suggest wearing gloves, because you need to get your hand behind it and really kind of give it some to get it out. So just, there we go, pop that out there, and then that boot can then slide away. And what we've got is this multi-plug which goes into a socket in the sort of that's held in the door. Now on the passenger side, there's a retaining clip that you can push on this side, but on the driver's side here in the UK, that retaining clip is at the back. So I will show you when I've unclipped it, but effectively what you've got to do is get your finger behind and depress that retaining clip whilst pulling outward. So it is as awkward as it sounds. Okay, that's the clip unclipped. There we go. So just having unclipped that at the back, let's just pull that free. Not a lot of room, unfortunately. And there we go. There's the clip here. You just need to push in with your finger. And as you can see from this one, it's got loads of grease in it. Now, whether that was installed at factory or whether my car had been back for that recall, I don't know. But all I'm now going to do is just insert that a few times and try and clean up some of those connectors. I don't think they'll have corroded because it's so full of grease. But let's just clean them up and plug it all back in. There we go. And then in terms of this rubber boot, you want to make sure that this goes back in so you can retain your watertight seal to your connectors. I think the best thing to do is put in the back part first. There we go. And that's all clipped in nicely now. So that is how to remove and then reinstall your protective boot in order to get to your door wiring harness to body plug and socket. Love a bit of Terence Trent D'Arby.
Smooth radio.
Yeah, and that all seems to be working much better. So it was crackling on that side and cutting out on that side, and now we've got nice smooth sound from both. So there we go, guys. If you've got intermittent sound from your front speakers of your Audi A4 on the B6 or B7 platform, that's a very quick job that you can do to check your connectors and make sure they're making a really good connection. So guys, thanks ever so much for watching. I hope you find that video helpful. As always, do please leave me a like. Do let me know if you enjoy this content. Hit subscribe. It all really helps the channel. And I look forward to coming to a new video very soon. Thanks and goodbye.